How much money do you need in order to travel around the world? That is the question that we are going to answer today. Currently, I am in beautiful Jaco, Costa Rica, just chilling out in my little penthouse suite, and I thought this would be a great video to make for you guys. And in my last video, I was talking about day trading and about how much capital you need to trade and how much money you need to make to go full time. You guys know I am traveling and trading, so I thought, you know what? How much money do you need to actually travel and trade? Or maybe not even trade, but just travel around the world. How much money do you need a month? That is the question we are going to answer today. You might be able to hear the ocean crashing on the shore of the beach, but that's okay. It's part of the fun and living and traveling and trading, right? You'll hear the beach, you get to see the sand, you can see a little bit of the mountains, you can see the greenery. It's absolutely beautiful here. It's a beautiful backdrop. But hey, this is just part of the lifestyle. You're going to hear lots of ways if you start traveling, all right? So this method that I subscribe to is called the 1-2-3 method. And it's how much money you need to make in order to travel around the world, maybe full-time or maybe for a year, or maybe for 5 years, or maybe for just a month. You know, it could be for any budget. And it's a guy that I subscribe to on YouTube called Overstay Road. He lives in the Philippines and he calls it his 1-2-3 method. Now you can live on $1,000, you can live on $2,000, or you can live on $3,000 American a month. Each will support a different lifestyle, and I'm going to get into details. So let's just start with number one. Number one is going to be your $1,000 American budget. You're not going to be living in any penthouse suite, luxury building, or any luxury hotel, but you might be able to pick up a small Airbnb or maybe a nice little hotel. But with $1,000 a month, you're not going to be eating anything lavish, or you're not going to be drinking, but you're just going to have a nice little place to stay. You'll be able to afford the place where you're staying at. You might be eating street food, or you might go to the local market and pick up food and cook it yourself. Now, I actually know a lot of people that are actually living and traveling off of $1,000 American. And a lot of the young people that are listening to this video, listen up. I've met a lot of young people that are living off of $1,000 a month. What they're doing is, some of them are just traveling around the world, and that's their budget is $1,000 a month. They're staying in hostels for $10 to $20 a month, and the rest they spend it on food and drinks, whatever they can afford. But what I actually noticed is when I was staying in Sayulita, Mexico, is I was blown away with the amount of people that are just actually doing online school, because since the COVID, a lot of the schools actually moved to online, and a lot of jobs actually moved to telemarketing and moving online. And so a lot of people, a lot of the young people actually moved their businesses and are working online, or maybe going to school online, and they're living in a little hotel or a hostel for $10, $20 a month, and they have a little co-working space. They talk with all people from 20, 30, 40 years old, and they're just living in a small little 5-room, 6-man room, living for $10, $20 a night, and then they have $20, $30 to spend during the day on food and drinking. That's $1,000 right there, and they're living a very good life. Now, if you don't want to do the hostels, you could just rent a nice little Airbnb or a small little hotel, and you'll be eating street food, or you'll go to your local market and pick up food for the day. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's number one. If you want to live off of $1,000 a day, you are not going to be living in anything lavish, no penthouse suite. You're going to be living in a cheap hotel room, maybe a small little Airbnb house, but that's totally fine. So a lot of people, depending where you are around the world, in Southeast Asia, $1,000 is a lot of money, and you can live off very easily $1,000. So that was number one, living off of $1,000 a month. Number two is living off of $2,000 a month. With $2,000 a month, you'll be able to get a nice little house, maybe a nice little hotel room, and you'll be able to drink, right? Beers might be $2, $3 a beer. So over a course of 1 month, yeah, that's where you're gonna put your money on. If you just want to live a simple life, then you don't drink, you don't eat anything lavish, then all you need is $1,000. But if you like to live a little bit higher lifestyle and you like to drink, okay, you need $2,000, right? You can up your room quality and stuff like that. That's basically number two. And now number three is where you want to go all out. You want to live in a nice place, maybe a nice little penthouse suite, depending where you are around the world. You want to get a really nice hotel room for $50 a month. And that's actually, when you see my traveling and trading videos, you see where I'm staying, the name of the hotel building, and how much I'm paying for a night, because I want to include that in my video to share with you guys, because maybe sometime down the future you want to be like, hey, I want to go stay in that city, in that country, in that hotel room where Austin was staying in. I know it's $30, $40, $50 a night. He gave me the name of the hotel. If that's in my budget, I want to go stay there. So that's why I always include the name of the place that I'm staying in and how much I'm paying, and I give those type of details, right? Now for $3,000 a month, like I said, you can really up your lifestyle. You could live in the penthouse suites, you could rent a full Airbnb house, you can eat whatever you want, you can drink as much as you want, you can party a lot. It really is the top of the scale. Obviously, if you want to rent a beachfront house, you're probably going to be paying a bit more than $3,000 a month. But I'm just saying, you want to live in a very nice hotel room, you want to not worry about the bills, how much you're drinking or how much you're eating or how much girls you're pulling or maybe how many boys you're pulling. I'm not sure who's watching this video, but with $3,000 American a month, you can live extremely well. All right. Now I'm going to get into some tips here about what else I recommend, talking about money and other things that I recommend, but that is basically what it is. 1, 2, 3, 1,000, you're going to live a very simple lifestyle. You're not going to do much partying. You're not going to be eating very, much of lavish foods. You're not going to be living close to the beach necessarily. You might be 3 or 4, 5, 6 blocks back. Then you up it to maybe $2,000 a month. You could start affording maybe right on the beach or maybe on the second road. You can start drinking. You can start eating more lavish foods. And then if you want to spend $3,000 a month, you could start living in very nice places. You could start drinking however much you want. You could start eating whatever type of food you want. So that's kind of the budget that I recommend, depending on the type of lifestyle that you want to live and travel around the world. And really, this can go for anywhere around the world, especially if you're in Southeast Asia or in Central America or Mexico or South America or Eastern Europe. The 1, 2, 3 method will get you covered. Don't worry about that. All right. Now, a couple tips I want to include before I end this video, guys, is something that will help you guys. All right. And that is, 1, not being in debt. All right. Debt can be a horrible thing. If you're making, let's say, for example, $3,000 a month, and you got to pay $1,000 towards a house back home or $1,000 a month towards your student loans, it's just an extra $1,000 that you don't have. If you're going to go full-time traveling around the world, I recommend not having any type of debt. I only imagine it sucks, like if you have $500,000 in debt or $1 million in debt, or you're still paying off your student loans at like age 40. I don't know. I don't live with that type of burden or that struggle on my shoulders. So I can say I got no debt and it feels pretty damn well. So if you're going to be traveling around the world, that is something I do recommend. Start saving, start chipping away at that debt, and eventually you'll get there and you won't have any debt. That's what I like traveling. I don't worry about anything like that. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is owning nothing. And if you want to travel around the world for a year or 2 years, I could only imagine it would suck to be paying, like I said before, $2,000 a month towards your mortgage when you're not even staying there. Sure, you could rent it out, but then what you got to worry about is those renters that are maybe in North America or in America or Canada or maybe Europe or wherever around the world you are, is that those people are paying your mortgage and that you're making passive income. As soon as they stop, well, now you got to start worrying about that, and now you don't have a cash flow coming in. Or maybe you got to start thinking about how you gonna start paying for your mortgage when you're out in Costa Rica or Mexico or maybe Thailand or Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe or anywhere around the world. Right? For me, I'm a young guy, 26 years old as I'm recording this video. Just traveling. I live out of my backpack. I have my computer, and that's what I make my money on. I just trade on the computer, do some day trading. That's how I make my money. Right? Now, if you are going to be traveling around the world, obviously making money is very important. So it's nice to have an income. All right. This is one of my side points I have here, and I just want to list off a couple ideas. Especially with a lot of businesses moving to online, especially with the pandemic going around right now. So that is teaching online, right? If you're actually a teacher or you have a master's, not even a master's degree, if you just have a simple degree, you can go through, I think, a 3-month or a 6-month training to get your teaching degree. And every country around the world will actually hire that foreigner to teach the locals English. English is the most powerful language around the world, and there's countless of people trying to hire English teachers. All you need to have is a degree. Depending where you are around the world, they will pay you $1,000 to $3,000 or $4,000 a month. If you're living in Southeast Asia, they're going to be paying you about $1,500 a month. But I meet tons of people that are just teaching online, and they're teaching English to the locals, or online, or they do one-on-one. There you go. There's your $1,500 a month. Or I even meet people that do it completely online, and they just go from country to country to country, from city to city to city, and they're teaching them English. That's an excellent way to be making money, right? But income is extremely important. Another thing that you could be doing is telemarketing, right? With the COVIDs going around, a lot of businesses are realizing we can save a lot of money if we have employees working online. All you have to do is ask your employer, say, hey, can I do this type of job online? All right? If you can work that out with your employer, maybe you have to take a small little pay cut, but if that gives you the ability to travel around the world, heck, I'm traveling around the world and I will take that 20 or 30, 40% pay cut. If that gives me the ability to travel around the world. If I'm making, say, $5,000 a month, or $4,000 or $3,000, heck, pay me $2,000 and I'm gonna be jumping from country to country to country. They're thinking, great, I pay this guy half the amount I'm paying him now, and he's gonna do the exact same job. But then you're thinking, heck, I get to travel around the world and make money. That's awesome, all right? So it's a win-win type of scenario. You guys know what I mean? And another thing is open up your own business, right? I'm sure you guys have lots of business ideas and you guys wanna make money online, become your own boss. That's one of the definite perks of day trading. That's what I do, it's what I help other people do. I want to help other people travel around the world with me, and I would love to tag other people around the world with me that went through my program to say, hey, this is a guy that joined me 6 months ago or a year ago, and he's traveling around the world now. I want that to be you guys. I want you guys to be running your own business or working online, traveling around the world. It's my passion, and I want to share it with you guys, and I want to see you guys living that type of dream. You guys know what I'm saying? So whether that's day trading, or opening up your own business, or working for your employer online, or maybe doing telemarketing online, it's all the same. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month. What's the type of lifestyle that you want to live while you're traveling around the world? All right, guys, that basically sums up the video. All right, just a quick little video. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. The 1, 2, 3 method, the $1,000 for the simple lifestyle, the $2,000 if you want to up it up and start drinking and live a better lifestyle, live in a better room, and then $3,000 if you want to live in a condo building or an Airbnb house. You like to drink, you like to, I don't know, eat lavish food. I mean, right now I'm having, this is the local beer in Costa Rica called Imperial, just your local beer. Actually, if you guys go to your local beer store, I'm sure, and you go to the imported section, I'm sure you might be able to find this, all right? It's just a simple lager, all right? If you guys actually find this, pick it up. You guys can drink the same thing that I'm drinking right now. That's actually why in a lot of my videos I include the beer that I'm drinking, because I want you guys to see, like, hey, this guy's drinking Imperial, or maybe, I don't know, Tonya or Chang, and you go to your local beer store and be like, hey, you know, that's the beer that Moneyball Austin was drinking. I'm gonna try the same beer. So that's why I like to include my beers. If I do make a video or something like that. That basically sums it up. If you guys want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on social media at Moneyball Austin, or at email austin@moneyballtrading.com, and I will happily get back to you guys. If you want to know more about how I'm making money online, you can check out the description below. Reach out to me on social media, moneyballtrading.com, day trading around the world, showing about how you guys can do it on a low budget, $2,000, $3,000 a month. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you. All right, thank you so much, guys. Cheers.